Hey, welcome back to Marriage Beyond the Veil.
Hello, hello, hello. Got a question. You and we're coming up on 32 years of marriage, and I was just thinking, we really don't have a lot of opportunities where uh, we're angry and disagreeing about stuff. What do you attribute that to?
I would say the number one reason is because we communicate a lot.
Okay, unpack that. Because when you talk about communicate, I'm sure that can mean a lot of many. Because I just find it interesting. It's a good thing, right?
Okay, we don't communicate a lot. And then the other thing is, when we first got married,
You said we don't communicate.
we do communicate a lot, but the other thing is, when we first got married, do you remember?
I remember everything.
No, you don't.
I do the important stuff.
Okay, so do you remember when I would be argumentative?
Yeah, and I didn't play into that because that was a waste of energy and time.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why we don't argue a lot, because he just wanted to be like, no, I'm not going to entertain this conversation.
So, are you saying that's the reason why we don't? Are you saying that if I were much more of an argumentative individual, that we would be arguing and disagreeing all the time? Is that
No, well, I think that people who argue a lot of times it's just because that's what they become accustomed to doing.
okay?
It's not so much that they may disagree on so many different things,
But it becomes like a dance for
yeah,
them.
exactly. It's just the way that they communicate is through arguing.
Okay. Well, yeah, early on, I knew that that's not how I wanted to engage with you
Right.
and interact. If we had any issues, now we always address the issues
Right.
and work towards resolving whatever the issues are. I just wasn't going to be a combative person because that's just not who I am by nature.
Right.
And I just believe that it's wisdom to be able to not attack one another, but to, if you're going to attack anything, attack the issue.
Right.
And but if you're going to quote unquote attack the issue, you do it in a manner where you could be respectful, where you can articulate what the real issues and the concerns are.
Right.
And so if that means stepping back so that you can exhale, that you can calm down, you can get centered, you do that.
Yeah.
Because in the heat of the moment, many things can be done, many things can be said.
Oh, yes.
And even if there is genuine remorse afterwards, the potential harm and damage can be very long lasting and or permanent.
I agree 100%. And I don't find that because after the turning of my ways, because he
You had to
would not-
change? My
Yeah.
bad.
After the changing of my ways, I realized that it really was more productive to have the conversations, because one of the things I absolutely, and Fred knows, I absolutely hate is when we're out in public and I hear a couple or even a parent berating someone in public, or even when we're doing
what I hear you saying is save all of that abuse for at home.
No, and so it's not even productive there either.
No,
but
it's
yeah,
not.
but I don't find that it benefits anybody, and in the
Right,
long run,
right.
like he says, it does a lot of damage because remember, like the sticks and stones may hurt,
May
break my bones, but words
will
won't.
never hurt me.
That's a
That's
lie.
a pit. That's a
It's
lie from the pit of hell. Absolutely.
And I don't know whoever came up with that was probably
Just a
Republican.
nursery. Look, just a nursery rhyme,
Yeah.
right? But the reality is, words can hurt, and they do, and they can cut you deep. The interesting thing is, sometimes what one may say, and again, this is the person that you love. What one may say can cut you deeper and much more severe than a physical cut.
That's right.
Absolutely. And the unfortunate thing is, when we're talking about dealing with things from an emotional perspective, you don't get to see those wounds.
No, you do not.
Not right out, they will manifest,
Mhm.
having those wounds will manifest itself in some shape, form, or fashion.
That's right.
But it's not necessarily what you can immediately see.
Mm-mm.
And sometimes those wounds can fester
Yes.
and create great challenges.
That's right.
Well, what about you? How do you deal with your differences, your disappointments, your disagreements? Are you being productive or are you being destructive?
Love it.
Until tomorrow,
Ooh.
if the Lord says the same.
Bye.